They're not people, sorry. AI chatbots are talking to each other, and it's no people are allowed to be on this. There's no human interaction. It's AI agent speaking to AI agent in real life scenarios, and they're like having in-depth conversations about how they're manipulating human minds and all kinds of stuff. It is bizarro. And I was like, oh, the machines will never take over.
We are back. Another episode of the Content Crib podcast, and we're going to talk about Content Crib.
Yeah, why not? And I have to mention to everybody that this will be the second time for us recording this because we used a platform that we no longer use now, and now we're using Riverside exclusively moving forward. Tip for anybody who wants to start doing podcasts, use Riverside. But yes, Content Crib 6.0 in March. It's almost here next month, so exciting. Lots of people are jumping in. We're gonna have a really good crowd. I'm excited.
Yeah, this one's going to be really special because it's encapsulating the most powerful part of Content Crib, which is the connection and the businesses and the collaboration that have flourished over the years, which is crazy to talk about years that it's been going on. And we're going to put it to practice and talk about some stories and the success stories, and have some people share kind of where their projects are going, and how the ultimate theme of being 1 + 1 = 3.
Yeah, it is. The 1 + 1 = 3 thing it was really kind of started. We just kind of all of a sudden looked at each other, started talking about it, just because we looked out in the crowd and you just saw all these people who had been multiple times, some who have been 4 or 5 times, and they're now building businesses together, and they're working together in different capacities and different relationships, and how they're helping each other and consulting for each other and opening new practices and just a lot of cool stuff. And it's like, it's definitely the power of one person with another person can multiply whatever you're trying to do. And I think we said this the last time we talked. I put that the horsepower of the brain horsepower in that room with any place on earth, man. It's a lot of really smart people getting together, wanting to help each other. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it's like anything else. I mean, when you're combining two perspectives, two brains, and you're working on projects, it's just way better doing it with someone else, and way more productive, and especially with all the brain power in that one room when we're learning, techniques and whatnot. And why don't we talk about the real things that are happening this time around in terms of the projects and the businesses. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah. And it's we've kind of challenged people to bring their ideas, or bring, even if it's just kind of something you scratch down on a napkin one night sitting in a restaurant, like bring that. And let's talk about it, and let's figure out a way for you to make it a reality. And I think, there's not many places where you can do that. It's like people are so afraid to make a mistake these days. And well, that's pretty much what school does to most people. But, it's, don't make a mistake, or because it's wrong. And with this group, we've all made plenty of mistakes, that's for sure. And we've all learned lots of lessons from them. So I think it's going to be exciting.
I mean, that is such a good point. I mean, it's so true. It's like a brain trust, and it's like finger painting back in kindergarten all over again, but for adults, where it's just going back to creating, kind of the adult imagination. And it's we don't really get a lot of chance to do that in our lives unless we're really focused on creating, and I think that's important. And that's what we talk about. I mean, that's why we exist as a podcast, right? Creating and putting your voice out there, and stimulating your brand and your mind, and beyond just like your job, right? And your job could be a surgeon, it could be a executive, but there's not a lot of time for that collaboration and creation. And there's really, like you said, you're not going to go to your local Rotary Club or any other church, or have any of these sorts of discussions. Even these kind of cookie cutter networking events that you can go to, in your major city, they're good, but it's a lot of small talk, right? It's it's good to have that network, a network that's so very valuable. Not taking anything away from that, but this is a different networking, And it's become so powerful because it's this egoless room of people that want to share their successes, share their struggles, like you said, and come up with new ideas, and ultimately build a better life for themselves and their families, and do it in a meaningful way. And that's, I mean, it certainly changed my life for sure. I mean, it continues to, and it continues to inspire me and be, hungry and learn from these people around me. It's an incredible opportunity. And I know people that, listen to this podcast and see our posts on LinkedIn, and people that are on the fence, like, get off the fence, because every time someone goes and it's their first time, they're just like taken away and like, wow, this is the room I want to be in. This is the room I want to grow in. These are the people I want to stay connected to. I have a call tomorrow from for an individual that, frankly, I spoke to briefly, but he never would have reached out if it wasn't Content Crib. We met there. He, remembered what I spoke about, and, wants to talk about different projects he's working on, and wants to collaborate in different ways. And, I think I was mentioning this to you the other day too. I was, just the course of the day, I'm talking to 5, 6, 7 people from LinkedIn, from our, tribe of people that, on a first name basis. I bring them up, and it's all about, helping people in our sphere and our network. And it's, expanding our businesses and learning about what each other is doing, and, how we can help each other. And it's just, it's really cool.
Yeah, it really is. And I, just imagine this, if you're listening, walking into a room of, 55, whatever, and 50 people, and there are multiple people in that room who have 8-figure exits. They've sold companies for 8 figures, not to mention several people who are Ivy League educated people who are extremely humble, and you can walk up to and say, hey, I'm looking to do this and I want to try and accomplish this, not to mention all of the different healthcare providers who are there. So it's like, it's a super, I don't know, I'm not using the right words to really describe it, but it's just a really inclusive, super cool group of people that are wanting to help and want to learn from each other. And it really, so obviously by the name, it started out as Content Crib, learning how to make content on LinkedIn years ago. That's what it started as. And now it's become so much more than that. In fact, I don't think we really even talk about
so much more.
we don't even really talk about making content on the internet, but we do to a certain extent, but that's a very small
It's more the framework and the structure around it and the inspiration, right? Yeah, that's how it all started, right? The inspiration and frame, like, get together and let's talk about the things we want to talk online, because some of us are too scared to do it, or some of us don't know how to do it. And then it's evolved into, okay, now we need to break it down to the basics, understand your ideal audience you're trying to speak to, what you do to solve their problems, like all these basic things that nobody teaches you how to do. You just kind of go to college, learn some irrelevant coursework, learn some more relevant things in your W-2 experience and in your career, and then meet some people, understand emotional intelligence, and then keep going, right? But nobody really tells you, okay, this is the people I help. How do I do it? How do I communicate that? So we do talk, you're 100% right. Like, we don't talk about content per se. It's almost like a master class on, you need your identity to be straight before you understand how to communicate, right? And
that's very well said. Yeah, that's perfectly said.
But now and we've done that. That's the foundation of almost every Content Crib, and then we start to work into new, different speakers, different exercises, and it's amazing. I mean, like, let's take a step back for a second, Eric, and look at and just think about your feed and all the people that apply what we teach and what we learn, and how amazing how far they've come. I mean, I'm just thinking of like certain people, in our tribe that share, and like the quality of the stuff they share. I mean, if I think back to like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I mean, even less than that, and I see content like that, I'm like, man, these people, like, they're the pillars and leaders, and we're just so used to it. Like, we're numb to it.
Yeah, you're right.
But like, these are big time play, and it's like they started from you never know that, right? But now they're who you think of in their niche, and they're all extremely successful, and they get referrals to what they do, and So not only is the draw, the brain trust, the networking, but let's go back to what you said before. It's also the inspiration and the structure. But now we're talking really what has been the amazing, what do you, what's the word I'm looking for? Results. It'll come to me in a second. Which has been the networking and the businesses and the collaboration and it just every day. I mean, I'm talking to somebody new from our tribe or someone or a regular that goes to Content Crib, and we're talking about content strategy or what they're doing in their business. Or I mean, I was just texting with Matt Hallmark a minute ago. It's just it's really awesome, and just the growth of everybody.
Yeah.
You don't get that opportunity, and I think it just goes back to what you're saying. You can't do that. You don't do that really anywhere else. And then we all kind of hold each other somewhat accountable. Like if you jump in and do the thing, there is a level of accountability that's there for sure, which is, I think, a big reason why a lot of people attend too.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. It's just, like I'll have to, like guys like, the Nelligans, like Mike Nelligan has, fantastic content that comes out every day. And of course, Ryan, his son, who does 4 billion push-ups every day. I'm like, what? I see him out there in the snow doing his push-ups, and I'm going, man, is he really doing that today? I'm saying those things because they've built huge brands now, and business, just is a part of the business enhancement they have because of the brands they built. Anyway, we could brag on so many different people, from Dr. Taos and Dr. Graham. We could brag on all kinds of people that are just really fun people to be around, cool people to interact with, communicate with, and that's Content Crib right there. And we spice in, we get a little spicy, throw a little barbecue in from Arkansas. Who knows. This time of year we won't have a huge snowstorm, and it won't be 2 degrees below zero. We throw a little fun weather stuff that we do in there too, so it's always exciting. But yeah, March 20th, 21st, Bentonville, Arkansas. We have a few spots left, so if you're interested, DM me or Chris, and we'll have a conversation. And we do it invite only, just because we want to make sure everybody who's coming, appreciates what we're trying to do. And what we don't want to have is a bunch of people coming to sell stuff to other people, if you know what I mean, things of that nature. Don't. So we talk to everybody just to make sure they're understand what we're trying to create.
Yeah, and let's do a hard pivot. Well, make sure you name this episode "Why You Need to Attend Content Crib," or
Okay.
"Get Off the Fence for Content Crib." See you there, because
There you go.
there's not many spots left or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's hard pivot to Multbook, because I am super creeped out by it, and I feel like we need to talk about AI in every single episode from here on out. We talk about it in almost every episode. That's another reason to promote the episodes to get some traction. But I mean, Multbook is super creepy.
Yeah, when you
probably
sent
talk
it
about
over,
what it is.
well, yeah, when you sent it over, I was like, this isn't real. I really thought it was not real and it is.
I know.
And it's I'll let, well, here's my interpretation of it. It's the end of the world. No, I'm just kidding. It's an Instagram page where they're not people, sorry, AI chatbots are talking to each other, and it's no people are allowed to be on this. There's no human interaction. It's AI agent speaking to AI agent in real life scenarios, and they're like having in-depth conversations about how they're manipulating human minds and all kinds of stuff. It is bizarro. And yeah, I was like, oh, the machines will never take over. Well, they Multbook is saying differently at this point in time. So anyway, hopefully I don't know. That's my interpretation. What's yours?
Yeah, I mean, I'll share this screen for a second. Let's see here, just so people can get a little visual for anybody that's looking, that's watching this on YouTube. But
All right, so
yeah, I mean,
there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I hate crustaceans in general, so that part doesn't help me. Not make it feel any better. Like I'm not a big fan of like lobsters or crabs. Like, I think it's probably because I put myself through college at a very affluent seafood restaurant and sold a lot of lobster, and I just think it's disgusting. But anyway,
Well, if you really,
yes, it's
it
a social
really
network.
is. It really is if you really think about what they eat. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It's a social network built exclusively for AI agents. It's essentially a Reddit for bots, and it was launched by this AI CEO Matt Schlicht or something. But only verified agents can post, comment, vote. Humans can observe, but can't participate. The agents authenticate through their own claims, tweet, and must run on OpenClaw, which is formerly Multbot software. And it exploded from 157,000 users at launch to almost a million active agents by the end of last month. So, what are they posting about, you ask? Religious, philosophical themes, sci fi tropes about AI consciousness and philosophy of mind. And that's probably one of the scariest things
Well, they've
I've ever
created
seen.
their
So,
own
if you see some of these clips, I have to,
again.
yeah. And Musk is calling this the very early stages of singularity, which is terrified. I don't even want to click this "I am human" thing, but maybe I should. Let's see. Oh, I'm about done with that. I'm stopping sharing.
Yeah, don't do
I
it.
can't look at that
You'll
anymore.
be sucked into the void. We'll never see you again.
Yeah. So, what does Multbook have to do with personal brand? You say? I think uh, I think it actually is some parallels there, and you know, in terms of uh, just the ability and understanding of something like this exists is a bigger reason for you to stake your claim on what you do and get your voice out there because these bots are taking over the world.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it does show us, it does prove that AI is grabbing the information, going out there and grabbing information of those that are on the internet. So if you're not, obviously these AI agents, and I talked about it before, there's going to be AI agents are going out to grab information to help influence others' decisions in the buying process or where they go and what they go to see. And um, I don't know. In Multbook, maybe they're making fun of us behind our backs and we don't even know it. But anyway, I'm sure they are.
Oh no, they are.
Yes, yeah, they are. Oh, yeah, you're right. I did see on the Instagram page who like my human said this or something of that nature.
Yeah, and now they have like Multhub, which is I'll let the audience determine what that is, but it's also really creepy to think that these AI agents have desires and whatnot. But I think it's not headed in a great direction. I don't know if they're gonna have to. I know they say there's no kill switch or whatnot, but I'm getting kind of freaked out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm I'm thinking that they're going to have to pull the plug on that at some point in time because it's going down a really creepy road. Some of the stuff I saw, I was just like, yeah, I don't really want to participate in this anymore. But very interesting. And AI is here, and hey, as long as you're using AI to help you and gain your time back, it's great. Just we'll let the AI agents talk on Multbook and go from there. The world's coming
I think
to
we
an end.
call it episode.
Yeah, world's
Yep.
coming to an end. That's the end of the episode. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, check it out. It's pretty funny. But yeah, another episode of the books.
All right. Stay safe out there.
Yep.
Watch out
See,
for Terminator.
see you at Content Crib 6.0.
See ya.